Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to go over some of the more interesting news when it comes to Ripple and XRP, and I wanted to start off with this article from Cointelegraph.com where we see that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that the JPM coin lacks interoperability. Just use the dollar. I don't get it. Now, of course, this right here is actually something that was part of an interview again with Brad Garlinghouse and the 4th annual DC Blockchain Summit, which took place in Washington, D.C. And interesting enough here, the talk again about the JP Morgan Chase coin that came out recently. It is a very interesting process when it comes to how JP Morgan went about creating their own cryptocurrency for their banking system. And upon further investigation about that coin, we can see that really the coin was primarily focused for their banking structure, and that was really it. It's quite possible that banks that were maybe very much linked to JP Morgan in some form of fashion could be using this particular coin, but the idea is that it's acting as a stable coin. It's supposed to be pegged one-to-one with fiat currency, the United States dollar bill. But interesting enough, again, it's not doing anything when it comes to interoperability. It doesn't give a lot of freedom when it comes to being able to take different types of currencies and interoperably swap them out for something else when it comes to this whole digital currency realm. And that is actually what XRP does. That's what it allows for. It's a bridge asset right alongside of being a digital currency. And that was the primary focus when it comes to what Ripple was trying to do with making a use case out of XRP. So again, very interesting when it comes to just a quick idea of what JPM coin is supposed to be doing by relationship to that of XRP. Now, of course, a little bit further here, we can see that Brad Garlinghouse went into a little bit more detail when it comes to his questioning of the JPM coin. He states that this guy from Morgan Stanley was interviewing me last week when I asked him, so is Morgan Stanley going to use the JPM coin? Probably not. Will Citi use it? How about PNC? And the answer is no. So we're going to have all these different coins and we're back to where we are. There's a lack of interoperability. Again, the primary focus of what Ripple was trying to do when it comes to their particular products, but again, making a use case out of the bridge currency XRP, which is going to help with interoperability. So very interesting when it comes to, again, the take on the JPM coin from Brad Garlinghouse. Of course, here we have a little bit further talk with Brad Garlinghouse. He says, let's think about this. JPM announced a JPM coin for institutional customers. If you give them $1 as a deposit, they'll give you a JPM coin, and then you can move that around the JPM ledger. So wait a minute, just use the dollar. I don't really understand. What problem does that solve? And he's absolutely right. There's really no problem that it's solving other than becoming in itself another form of a stable coin, whereas XRP is a digital asset that has every availability to gain value by creating a bridge asset out of the XRP coin and allowing for different types of payments to be processed from one bank to another or one financial institution to another, even exchanges back and forth across the globe. There is no stopping the XRP digital asset because, again, it incorporates interoperability, which the JPM coin does not. So something to keep in mind. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, I just wanted to quickly talk about the altruism parts of Ripple, the company, and how they are trying to reach out to those who are unbanked or living in impoverished areas. And just recently, we heard that Ripple partnered with a company called Tipping Point to improve economic mobility for Bay Area workers and families. And upon further research here in this particular article from Ripple, you can see that they were excited to announce a $1 million grant to Tipping Point to fight the poverty in the Bay Area and helping individuals and families struggling to meet their basic needs. Look up a little bit further here. There was some interesting talk. It says that as a global company, Ripple is committed to creating positive change worldwide. Last year, they launched Ripple for Good to support mission-driven organizations and initiatives with the potential to expand financial inclusion worldwide. Nearly a third of the world's adult population is unbanked, with almost 75% living in poverty. Without access to savings and credits, economic mobility is next to impossible, leaving the unbanked and underbanked trapped in a never-ending cycle of poverty. So a perfect currency for any of these people to get themselves into and start actually swapping back and forth with different types of currencies or even each other when it comes to actually having means for transferring money back and forth. Now, as a quick example, merge this information right here as far as these donated XRP to people that are receiving that, and quite possibly have them download something like the Uphold wallet, which will eventually allow them to accrue interest on those XRP once that is actually an availability on the Uphold wallet. Also, the Uphold wallet allow for free transfers back and forth when it comes to sending money to another Uphold wallet. You can see how this all can work very well for a impoverished area or people that are underbanked. Now they can actually be in connection with each other through something as simple as the Uphold wallet, transferring XRPs that were donated back and forth to them. And consider this, the moment that XRP starts jumping up in price, those people who are donated free XRP will now have even more value in their digital assets. So something very important when it comes to, again, this whole entire process with Ripple merging with Tipping Point for this entire donation amount that was given to them so they can help those impoverished people in the Bay Area there. So again, very good news when it comes to Ripple and their altruism. I'm hopeful that this right here is just something that is the beginning stages of more altruism to come. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, in my last video, I kind of briefly mentioned how SBI VC had been going through the process of getting their exchange ready to go and live in March. And then through the XRP community, it was talked about how it could be postponed until July. Well, I just wanted to make reference that a lot of people in the XRP community went into an uproar about this and really specified something that was pretty important. And that is that the CEO of SBI actually did not come out specifically stating this announcement. This was actually just something that was noticed when someone took the actual Asian characters and switched them over to English characters so that we could all read this chart. And that was when someone made the assumption that there was a date change, again, going from March 2019 to July 2019. But again, no one has actually specified from SBI Holdings directly that this is actually a date change and that we should be expecting that, especially the CEO of SBI. So let's keep that in mind, guys. I didn't want my last video to be something that scares everybody off. I just want to let everybody know that in the XRP community, this has been noticed, but it was also noticed by the XRP community that SBI Holdings CEO did not come out and confirm this. So please, let's keep all that in mind. But so far, nothing has changed as far as the date, so we should still be expecting to see SBI VC launch this month of this year and not July. So keep that in mind. Something along the lines of SBI I wanted to go over as well. Now, since we're on the topic of the CEO of SBI, I did find this article from A&B Crypto quite interesting here. We actually see that he is coming out stating recently that he could become an official of the Ripple Inc. Now, looking a little bit further in this article, we get a grasp of some of the things that we've heard already in the past where SBI has linked themselves with Ripple the company, and of course, a lot of the movements that are taking place with SBI in the Asian demographic. Looking a little bit further, we can see that he spoke about his overall strategy envisioning an ecosystem that was purely based on digital assets. He opined that the lawsuit between Ripple and R3 had to be sorted because of an alliance could be achieved that would bring his plans to fruition. So what he was looking for is to make sure that the Ripple R3 lawsuit was actually something that was solidified, taken care of, again, so that he can actually move forward with what his plans were for the use case of XRP and, of course, the companies Ripple and R3 together. He also acknowledged that the smart contract platform that was brought to the table through Corda, which is currently agnostic, but also has a high affinity for XRP. That's very interesting when you start talking about that right alongside of Corda Settler, which really the only settlement mechanism available on that Corda Settler is XRP. So you can see that there is a very strong affinity for that particular digital asset, just like the CEO has specified here. He also goes to state that an alliance between Ripple and R3 could yield a global standard and that SBI Holdings would be in full support of the same thing. So very interesting wording here when you see that the CEO of SBI is stating that Ripple and R3 could potentially be the global standard, and right alongside of hashtag XRP the standard. It makes a lot of sense as to why Ripple is going full force with trying to get as many banks and financial institutions onboarded to make a use case out of the XRP digital asset. Something else I found very interesting that the CEO of SBI stated here, he says that we have a thick pipe with both companies that could become a global standard, and we will do our very best to support you. So you can see, again, he is definitely in support of Ripple and R3 and what they're trying to do, especially this conjoined opportunity there with the Corda Settler being a platform that allows, again, all these financial institutions and banks that are already on R3's platform to utilize XRP for their payment settlements. So very big news when it comes to, again, the SBI Holdings here looking to possibly be an official of the Ripple Inc. I would imagine he's already being considered an official of Ripple Inc. when it comes to the Asian Asian demographic anyways. So this right here is just something that's going to be expanded upon on a very exponential growth rate once all these banks and financial institutions find that the digital asset XRP is one of the most pivotal ways to have interoperability with different types of currencies. So a very big type of step there when it comes to, again, the merger of Ripple and R3 and SBI, now looking at this whole component as a very big utilization for onboarding with mass adoption. So keep your eye out for any other news. I will most certainly keep links to these particular articles here so you can do your own reading. And of course, I'll make sure to keep you guys all updated on any news revolving around Ripple, R3, XRP, and of course SBI. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. And please share this content with everybody. The more people that we can get on board as early adopters, the better they're going to be just as well. So keep all that in mind, guys. Take advantage of any of the links in the descriptions for securing your cryptocurrencies either offline or on the Uphold wallet like we talked about earlier. And as well, take advantage of getting yourself into the 15 days to win a ledger through the little contest link that I have in my description. Outside of that, thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.